The village of Oakhaven was ancient. Cobblestone streets whispered of forgotten times. Above the village, nestled on a hill, lived Elias Grint. He was the clockmaker. His workshop, crammed with gears and springs, hummed with a life of its own. Elias, with eyes like old clocks themselves, saw not just time but possibility. He worked diligently, his hands gnarled but sure. Each tick of his creations resonated with magic. The villagers spoke of him in hushed tones, a blend of fear and reverence. Elias worked alone, his only companions the rhythmic tick-tock of his creations. He crafted more than timepieces. He crafted destinies. And he waited for those brave enough to seek him out. The air in the workshop was thick with the scent of sawdust and metal. It was the scent of time itself. One crisp autumn day, a traveler arrived. Her name was Clara, and her eyes held the longing of distant horizons. She had heard whispers of the clockmaker. Legends spoke of his ability to capture time's essence. Clara, weary of the ordinary, sought something more. She climbed the winding path to his workshop, her heart pounding with anticipation. Clara carried with her a yearning for something more, a desire to grasp the fleeting nature of time. She knocked on the workshop door, the sound echoing in the silence of the hilltop. Elias Grint studied Clara, his gaze piercing. He saw her restlessness, her desire to explore the paths not yet taken. Clara, with a voice barely a whisper, made her request. She desired a clock, but not just any timepiece. She wanted a clock to show her the path she might take. Elias listened intently, a knowing smile flickering on his lips. He accepted her request, recognizing a kindred spirit in her yearning. With a touch of magic and the precision of a master, he began his work. Days turned into nights. The clock took shape. It was an intricate masterpiece with hands that moved not just clockwise, but in every direction of possibility. Finally, the clock was ready. It pulsed with an ethereal light, its gears whispering secrets of what might be. Elias presented it to Clara, his eyes twinkling with an ancient wisdom. He explained its power. Each turn of the clock's hand revealed a potential path. Clara gasped, her fingers tracing the intricate carvings on its surface. It was more than she could have imagined. It was a map of her own unwritten destiny. With a heart full of trepidation and excitement, she took the clock and began her journey. Every tick was a reminder of choices to be made, adventures to be had. Section 5. A Leap of Faith. The clock became her guide, her companion. It led her down dusty roads and into bustling cities. She met people and experienced cultures she could only have dreamed of before. The clock revealed not just possibilities, but the courage she never knew she possessed. Clara faced challenges, moments of doubt, and the allure of the easy path. But each time, the clock reminded her of the power of choice. She learned to trust her instincts, to embrace the unknown, and to find strength in the face of fear. The clock had become a mirror reflecting her own growing courage. One day, deep in a forgotten forest, the clock stopped. Its intricate mechanism fell silent. Clara felt a surge of panic, a sense of being untethered from her path. She shook the clock, desperate to hear its reassuring tick, but it remained silent. Lost and uncertain, Clara sat beneath the ancient trees. She remembered the clockmaker's words. Time is not linear, he had said, but a tapestry of choices. The forest was alive with the whispers of the past, the echoes of choices made and not made. Suddenly, Clara understood. The clock had not stopped, it had simply paused. It was a reminder that she no longer needed its guidance. She had found her own internal compass, her own courage to choose her path. The silence was not an end, but a beginning. She smiled, a wave of gratitude washing over her. She had traveled far, both geographically and emotionally. She realized that the true value of the clock was not in revealing the future, but in showing her the strength within herself. It was time to write her own destiny. Clara stood, her heart lighter than it had ever been. She looked at the silent clock one last time. It was not a failure, but a testament to her journey. She placed it gently at the base of an old oak tree, a silent thank you to the clockmaker and to the universe. She walked away from the forest, her steps no longer guided by the clock, but by the beat of her own heart. The path ahead was uncertain, but she embraced the unknown with open arms. She was no longer afraid of getting lost because she knew she had the strength to find her way. Back in Oakhaven, Elias Grint felt the subtle shift in the air. A smile touched his lips. He knew Clara had found her own way. He returned to his workbench, his fingers dancing over the gears and springs of a new creation. The whisper of gears filled the workshop, a symphony of time and possibility. He had many more clocks to make, many more journeys to inspire, and he would be there, waiting for the next traveler brave enough to ask for a map of their own. The village of Oakhaven, shrouded in mist, held its secrets close. But within its heart, the magic of the Clockmaker continued to tick, a beacon of hope and courage for those who dared to dream.